The stream that meandered through the whispering meadow was a wonder in itself. Originating from a spring hidden in the nearby hills, it flowed with a quiet grace, its waters clear as glass, revealing the smooth pebbles that lay in its bed. The banks of the stream were lined with weeping willows, their long, slender branches trailing in the water, creating ripples that glided across the surface like gentle caresses. The leaves rustled softly, a soothing sound that seemed to speak of ancient times and forgotten stories. Along the stream, a variety of flowers bloomed in abundance. Delicate bluebells nodded their heads in the gentle breeze, while clusters of wild daisies added bright spots of white and yellow to the green tapestry of the grass. Here and there, the vivid purple of lavender could be seen, their fragrance permeating the air and mingling with the damp, earthy scent of the stream. Small creatures frequented the stream's edge. Frogs, with their glossy emerald skin, sat on lily pads, croaking melodiously in the warm air. Butterflies, in a kaleidoscope of colors, flitted from flower to flower, their wings barely making a sound. Even the fish, sleek and quick, could be seen darting through the water, their movements a mesmerizing dance of light and shadow. As the day unfolded, the sun cast its rays upon the water, turning it into a sparkling ribbon of light that wound its way through the meadow. The play of light on the water was mesmerizing, a never-ending display of shimmering golds and silvers that dazzled the eye. In the lazy afternoons, the stream became a mirror, reflecting the azure sky, the drifting clouds, and the verdant trees that lined its banks. It was a place of deep reflection, both literal and metaphorical, where one could lose themselves in the serene beauty of the moment. As evening approached, the air around the stream grew cooler, the light softer. The setting sun painted the sky in shades of crimson and orange, the colors reflecting in the water, turning it into a stream of liquid fire. Nighttime brought a different kind of magic to the stream. The moon's reflection turned the water silver, and the stars seemed to twinkle just below the surface. The sounds of the night, the gentle hooting of owls, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, created a symphony that was both haunting and beautiful. In this enchanting setting, the stream was more than just water flowing over earth. It was a living, breathing entity, a vital part of the meadow's soul. It was a source of life and a bringer of peace, a symbol of the enduring flow of time and the eternal beauty of nature. And as the first light of dawn tinged the sky with pale pink, the stream greeted the new day with quiet anticipation, ready to continue its timeless journey through the heart of the meadow. Beyond the gentle stream, nestled in a sun-drenched clearing, lay an orchard. This orchard, known to the few who stumbled upon it as the Orchard of Serenity, was a place of quiet beauty and timeless charm. Row upon row of fruit trees stood in harmonious lines, their branches heavy with apples, pears, cherries, and plums. The fruits, ripe and succulent, hung like jewels against the green foliage, their colors a vibrant palette against the backdrop of the clear blue sky. In spring, the orchard was a sea of blossoms. Delicate pinks, soft whites, and subtle creams adorned the trees, their petals fluttering gently in the breeze like confetti. The air was sweet with their scent, a fragrance that promised new beginnings and the return of warmth and light. The sounds of the orchard were a melody of tranquility. Bees hummed as they moved from blossom to blossom, their gentle buzzing a testament to the cycle of life that thrived within these trees. Birds sang from the branches, their songs a chorus of joy and contentment. Beneath the trees, the grass was soft and inviting, a perfect tapestry for picnics or afternoon naps. Wildflowers grew in abundance, dotting the green with splashes of color and life. As the seasons turned, the orchard transformed. Summer brought the ripening of fruit, the trees becoming heavy with the bounty of nature's harvest. The air was filled with the sweet smell of ripe apples and the tangy scent of cherries, creating an atmosphere of abundance and fulfillment. In autumn, the orchard became a palette of fiery hues. Leaves turned gold, orange, and red, painting the landscape with the colors of the setting sun. The air grew crisp, carrying the hint of coming frost, and the fruits were harvested, leaving the trees bare but proud, their branches etched against the sky like intricate sculptures. Even in winter, the orchard held a certain magic. The trees, their branches bare, stood like silent sentinels in the snow-covered landscape. The quiet was profound, a peaceful slumber that blanketed the land in a pristine white that glowed under the pale winter sun. At any time of year, the orchard was a place of retreat, a sanctuary where one could find peace and solace in the simple, enduring beauty of nature. It was a place to reflect, to dream, to find inspiration in the quiet rhythm of the earth. And as dawn broke over the horizon, casting the first light of day over the orchard of serenity, the orchard awoke to the promise of a new day, ready to offer its quiet beauty to those who sought its refuge. Deep within the meadow, hidden from the casual eye, lay a small glade, a place so serene and beautiful it seemed as if it had been touched by magic. This enchanted glade was a secret sanctuary, a haven of peace untouched by the passage of time. Surrounded by a circle of ancient trees, their trunks thick and gnarled with age, the glade was a natural amphitheater of tranquility. The grass here was softer, almost like velvet, a lush emerald that seemed to glow with an inner light. In the center of the glade stood a single tree, taller and more majestic than the others. Its leaves were a vibrant green, and they shimmered in the sunlight as if sprinkled with fairy dust. Beneath this tree, the air was always a little warmer, the light a little brighter, as if the tree itself was imbued with a gentle, nurturing spirit. Flowers grew in abundance in the glade, their colors more vivid, their scents more intoxicating than anywhere else in the meadow. Wild roses, with their delicate petals and sweet aroma, climbed the trunks of the surrounding trees, weaving a tapestry of pink and green. The sound of a small waterfall, hidden among the trees, added to the magic of the glade. Its gentle cascade created a melody that harmonized with the whisper of the leaves and the soft murmur of the wind. Butterflies, their wings a kaleidoscope of colors, danced through the air, adding to the sense of enchantment. They moved with a grace and lightness that made them seem like living jewels, a moving part of the glade's tapestry. In this glade, time seemed to stand still. The outside world, with its noise and haste, felt miles away, a distant memory that held no sway here. It was a place where one could sit and dream, lost in the beauty and peace of nature. At night, the glade transformed into a realm of wonder. Fireflies flickered amongst the trees, their tiny lights creating a spectacle of natural luminescence. The stars seemed closer here, their light more luminous, as if the glade was a bridge between earth and the heavens. This enchanted glade was a place of healing, of renewal. It was a reminder of the magic that lay hidden in the natural world, a magic that was there for those who sought it, a gift of beauty and tranquility in a world that often forgot the importance of such things. And as the dawn's light filtered through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the glade, a new day began, full of the promise of wonder and the enduring beauty of this enchanted place. Beyond the meadow, the landscape rose into gentle hills, rolling gracefully under the vast expanse of the sky. These hills, covered in a quilt of greens and golds, offered a panoramic view of the tranquil world below. Each hill had its own character, its own unique beauty. Some were adorned with clusters of trees, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze, a symphony of whispers that spoke of age-old wisdom. Others were open, their slopes covered in wild grasses and flowers that swayed like waves in the ocean, painting the hills in a cascade of colors. Walking up these hills was a journey of discovery, a slow, meandering ascent that invited contemplation and wonder. With each step, the view expanded, revealing the vastness and splendor of the landscape. The air was fresher here, filled with the scent of earth and grass, a pure, invigorating aroma that cleansed the mind and soul. At the summit of these hills, the world seemed to pause, a moment of stillness that was both exhilarating and profoundly peaceful. The breeze was a gentle caress, a touch that brought with it a sense of freedom and possibility. From these heights, one could see the meadow in its entirety, the stream winding its way like a silver thread, the orchard with its orderly rows of trees, and the enchanted glade, a hidden jewel nestled in the embrace of the forest. The skies above the hills were an ever-changing canvas, from the deep blue of a clear day to the fiery hues of sunset, each offering a new perspective, a new masterpiece of natural artistry. Clouds drifted lazily across this expanse, their shapes an invitation to the imagination, a play of light and shadow. As the day waned, the hills took on a golden glow, the setting sun casting long shadows that stretched across the land, a display of light and dark that was both dramatic and serene. At night, the hills were a place of quiet majesty, the stars overhead a glittering tapestry that stretched into infinity. The moon, bright and full, bathed the hills in a soft, silvery light, transforming them into a landscape of ethereal beauty. These hills were more than just a part of the landscape. They were a place of perspective, of reflection. They were a reminder of the vastness of the world, of the beauty and wonder that lay in the simple things, the natural things. And as the first rays of dawn crept over the horizon, painting the hills in hues of pink and gold, a new day began, full of the promise of discovery and the enduring allure of these gentle guardians of the meadow. As the hills gently sloped downwards, they merged into the edge of a vast forest. This forest, known as the Twilight Forest, was a realm of quiet mysteries and ancient whispers, a place where time seemed to move to its own rhythm. The trees in the forest were tall and majestic, their trunks thick and strong, rising high into the sky. Their leaves formed a dense canopy above, filtering the sunlight into a soft, dappled glow that played upon the forest floor. The air here was cool and fresh, filled with the scent of pine and the earthy aroma of moss and fallen leaves. Paths wound their way through the forest, inviting exploration. They meandered between the trees, over gentle hills and across small, babbling brooks. The sound of the water was a soothing presence, a gentle melody that echoed the heartbeat of the forest. In this forest, every step revealed a new wonder. Ferns unfurled their delicate fronds, mushrooms grew in colorful clusters, and flowers bloomed in hidden glades, their beauty a secret shared with those who ventured deep into the woods. The forest was alive with wildlife. Deer moved silently among the trees, their graceful forms a fleeting glimpse of wild beauty. Squirrels scampered along branches, birds nested high in the treetops, and the occasional fox could be seen darting through the underbrush. As evening fell, the forest transformed. The setting sun cast long rays through the trees, turning the forest into a world of gold and shadow. The sounds of the day gave way to the symphony of the night, the hoot of an owl, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, and the distant call of a nightingale. In the heart of the forest, a clearing opened up to the sky, allowing a view of the stars. Here, one could lie on the soft grass, gaze upwards, and feel the immensity of the universe, and a connection to the cosmos that was both humbling and uplifting. The Twilight Forest was a place of serenity and introspection. It was a reminder of the ancient beauty of the natural world, a beauty that was both simple and profound. It was a sanctuary where the soul could find peace and the mind could wander freely among the wonders of creation. And as dawn's first light filtered through the branches, casting a soft glow upon the forest, a new day began, full of the promise of discovery and the timeless magic of the Twilight Forest. Beyond the Twilight Forest, nestled in a secluded valley, lay a tranquil lake. This lake, a mirror of the sky, was a hidden gem, its waters calm and clear, reflecting the beauty of the surrounding landscape. The lake was large and round, its edges fringed with reeds and water lilies. The lilies, with their broad green leaves and white blossoms, floated serenely on the surface, a peaceful contrast to the deep blue of the water. Around the lake, the land was gentle and inviting. Soft grasses grew close to the water's edge, providing a perfect spot for quiet contemplation or a leisurely afternoon by the water. Trees, some tall and stately, others small and twisted, stood watch over the lake, their leaves whispering in the breeze. Birds were abundant here. Ducks glided gracefully across the water, leaving ripples in their wake, while swans, regal and elegant, drifted among the lilies. In the trees, birds of all kinds sang their songs, a chorus that filled the air with music. The water of the lake was cool and refreshing, perfect for a swim on a warm day. Fish swam in its depths, their movements just visible from the shore, a flash of silver in the clear water. As the day progressed, the lake reflected the changing sky. In the morning, it was a pale blue, fresh and new. As the day warmed, it turned a deeper shade, mirroring the sun as it journeyed across the sky. In the evening, the lake captured the colors of the sunset, turning pink, orange, and purple, a canvas of natural art. At night, the lake became a pool of stars. The moon shone down, its reflection a perfect silver disk on the water's surface. The stars twinkled above, their light a serene and constant presence in the quiet of the night. The lake was a place of harmony, a perfect balance between water and land, sky and earth. It was a reminder of the quiet beauty that lay in stillness, in the simple act of being. It was a place to find inner peace, to reconnect with the essential elements of life. And as dawn's light crept over the hills, casting a soft glow over the lake, a new day began, full of the promise of peace and the enduring beauty of this tranquil sanctuary. Above the tranquil lake, the winds danced through the valley, carrying with them the stories and whispers of distant lands. These winds, known as the whispering winds, were gentle and soothing, a caress upon the skin, a balm for the soul. The winds moved with a grace that was almost tangible, rustling through the trees, sweeping across the meadows, and playing with the waves on the lake. They carried the scents of the earth, the fresh, green smell of grass, the sweet fragrance of flowers, and the crisp tang of the water. In the meadow, the winds stirred the wildflowers, creating waves of color that rippled across the landscape. They whispered to the creatures of the land, a secret language that spoke of the joys of the earth and the sky. In the orchard, the winds danced among the fruit trees, their touch encouraging the branches to sway, the leaves to sing. They carried the sweet scent of blossoms and ripening fruit, a perfume that was the essence of summer's bounty. Through the twilight forest, the winds moved like spirits, their gentle gusts causing the leaves to flutter and the branches to creak. They played with the ferns and the moss, a playful presence that brought movement and life to the stillness of the woods. At the lake, the winds created ripples on the water, patterns of light and shadow that danced upon the surface. They teased the reeds and the water lilies, creating a symphony of sounds that was both soothing and invigorating. The whispering winds were more than just a natural phenomenon. They were the messengers of the valley, the carriers of stories and dreams. They connected all the elements of this tranquil world, a constant presence that bound the land together in an invisible web of movement and sound. As the day turned to evening, the winds carried the colors of the sunset, painting the sky in strokes of crimson, gold, and purple. Their song grew softer, a lullaby that whispered of the coming night and the peace that lay in rest. At night, the winds settled into a gentle breeze, a quiet companion in the darkness. They whispered through the trees and over the hills, a soothing presence that promised the return of light with the dawn. And as the first light of morning touched the valley, the whispering winds awoke, ready to begin their dance anew, full of the promise of a new day and the enduring song of the earth. At the edge of the valley, hidden away behind a veil of ivy and blooming honeysuckle, there was a garden. This garden, known to those few who discovered its charms as the Garden of Dreams, was a place of enchantment and wonder. The garden was a tapestry of colors and scents, a celebration of nature's artistry. Paths lined with cobblestones wound their way through beds of flowers in every hue imaginable. Roses, with their delicate petals and rich fragrance, stood proudly alongside vibrant tulips and shy violets. In the center of the garden, A small pond lay like a jewel, its surface still and reflective. Water lilies floated on the pond, and goldfish swam in lazy circles beneath them, their orange scales glinting in the sunlight. Around the pond, willow trees draped their branches over the water, creating a curtain of green that rustled softly in the breeze. Statues, weathered by time and moss-covered, dotted the garden, adding a sense of history and mystery. These stone figures, depicting nymphs, fauns, and other creatures of myth, seemed almost alive, their expressions one of serene contentment. The air in the garden was filled with the sound of birdsong and the gentle trickle of a fountain. This fountain, a masterpiece of stone and water, stood at the far end of the garden, its waters cascading down in a soothing rhythm, a melody that spoke of peace and tranquility. Butterflies and bees moved from flower to flower, their presence a testament to the life that thrived in this idyllic space. The colors of their wings, bright and beautiful, added to the magic of the garden, a living mosaic of nature's design. Every corner of the Garden of Dreams held a new delight, a new secret to be discovered. From the fragrant herb garden, with its mint, lavender, and thyme, to the hidden alcoves where one could sit and lose themselves in the beauty of the surroundings, the garden was a place of endless wonder. As the day faded into evening, the garden transformed. Lanterns hung from the trees and along the paths lit up, their warm glow casting a soft light over the flowers and paths. The garden became a place of ethereal beauty, a world of light and shadow, where the line between reality and dream seemed to blur. At night, the Garden of Dreams was a place of quiet reflection, a sanctuary where the worries of the world faded away, and one could simply be. It was a reminder of the beauty that existed in the simple, the natural, the peaceful. And as dawn's light filtered through the trees, illuminating the garden with the soft colors of morning, a new day began, full of the promise of joy and the enduring enchantment of this magical place. At the very edge of the valley, where the hills rose to meet the sky, there was a place known as the Sunrise Summit. This summit, the highest point in the land, offered a view that was breathtaking in its beauty and scope. Reaching the summit required a gentle climb, a journey through fields of wildflowers and over soft, grassy knolls. The path wound its way upward, each turn revealing a new vista, a new perspective of the valley below. At the top of the summit, the world opened up in a panorama of wonder. From here, one could see the entire valley, a tapestry of meadows, forests, hills, and the shimmering ribbon of the stream. The orchard, the enchanted glade, the tranquil lake, and the Garden of Dreams were all visible, each a part of the intricate puzzle that made up this peaceful land. The air at the summit was clear and crisp, filled with the scent of the earth and the sky. It was a place where the wind sang with a voice of freedom, a melody that spoke of the vastness of the world and the beauty of life. Standing at the Sunrise Summit as dawn broke was an experience of profound beauty. The horizon glowed with the first light of day, a spectrum of colors that heralded the new dawn. The sky turned from a pale lavender to a soft pink, then to a warm gold as the sun peeked over the edge of the world. As the sun rose, it bathed the land in a golden light, transforming the valley into a realm of radiance. The light touched everything, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, the simple into the sublime. This moment, the sunrise at the summit, was a time of renewal, a daily reminder of the endless cycle of life, of the constant presence of beauty and wonder in the world. It was a time to reflect, to dream, to be grateful for the gift of another day. The Sunrise Summit was more than just a physical place. It was a symbol of hope, of the endless possibilities that each new day brought. It was a reminder that, no matter what challenges life presented, there was always beauty to be found, always a reason to look upward and forward. As the day began in earnest, the valley awakening below, the summit stood as a sentinel, a guardian of the peace and beauty of the land. It was a beacon of light, a place of inspiration and awe, a testament to the enduring magic of the natural world. And as the sun climbed higher into the sky, casting its warm light over the valley, a new day began, full of the promise of adventure, of discovery, and of the enduring beauty of this tranquil world.